Right, so this is approximately 5 days later. Maybe slightly earlier for you, maybe slightly later, depending on if the temperatures changed at all while you was doing it. Mine took slightly longer than 5 days, but that's because one day our boiler packed up and the whole house was quite cold, so it slowed down the fermenting. So this is what you'll have now anyway. You'll have your bottle filled with this 20% alcohol, or approximately 20% alcohol, with the yeast still in it. You can drink it like this. I've drunk it like this. Some people say it gives you a stomach ache. Didn't do anything to me apart from, you know, it gets you drunk because it's 20% alcohol. It doesn't taste very nice because obviously it's full of yeast. And the next day when you go to the toilet it'll smell of yeast. So it's a bit weird. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could drink it like that if you was in a rush, you know. And I have done before, like I said a couple of times. I've wanted booze really badly and I've drunk it like that. You know, and it's alright. But what we're going to do now is start the purification process. So what you want is bottles, or a bottle, to siphon this into, to leave the sediment behind. You should have, you might not definitely, but you should have some sediment at the bottom, some yeast at the bottom. You want to leave that behind and just take the liquid. So there's two ways to do it. You can either just pour it off and try and save it, which I've done that before, or a better way is to siphon it into a separate bottle. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to use these bottles, but then I'm going to just pour it back into this one, so that we'll carry on just using this as the sort of demo. So you can either pour it into little bottles and then pour it back in, or just have one of these and pour it into one of these. So what I'll show you now is how to siphon into another bottle. Right, to siphon stuff out you obviously want this one, this bottle higher than this one. I do it like this, just easier because it's a shelf and a drawer. The drawer holds the bottle, you know, anything as long as it's below, it could be there. Put the siphoning tube, don't need one of these ends on it, that's just a little tap thing that I already had on mine. You want to feed this in till it's just above the sediment. So you'll see it there. This one's slightly fiddly because it keeps folding, you know, like bends. Hang on. Right there, we're actually down to the bottom. Just there, you can just see it. And then just suck on the end and it will go out. And that is it. And then just fill this bottle up. This one, both these bottles you want to have cleaned. You don't really need to disinfect these because the alcohol is like 20%. It should be strong enough to kill any germs, but if you want to be safe, well not safe, but you know, you want to just make sure that it's clean, disinfect them. But, or sterilise them. But it don't, I don't really think it matters so much with these ones. They're only going to be in there while you're clearing it anyway, and the alcohol should be strong enough to kill any germs. Right, you should now have your alcohol in a clean bottle like this. You've left the sediment in the other bottle. Now, just want to make sure this isn't bubbling anymore, fermenting anymore before you carry on. If it is, just leave it, because it's still fermenting basically. You can taste it as well. If it tastes like it's got sugar in it still, it's not fully finished, or you may have put too much sugar in. But let's just assume it's finished fermenting, all the sugar's gone. Even if all the sugar hasn't gone, you just if it hasn't all gone, you're just going to have a sugary alcohol, which to be honest can be quite nice. So now you want to get your activated charcoal or activated carbon, I can't remember what it's called. Now I've got mine in a bottle. Yours will be in like a bag, and it's got the instructions how to use it. But what I do, I put it in a bottle just because it's easier. Because you're not going to use the whole thing. The whole bag is for 25 litres. We're just doing 5. And for 5 litres, you want to put in a little shot glass worth, about 25mm, 30mm shot glass, just a little one like that. One of those per 5 litres, and you could put slightly more in if you want, but that's enough. So this, you'll have like this liquid, and you'll have like a lump of charcoal in there. You've got to make sure you shake it up, get it all mixed. Give it a really good shake, and then pour out 25ml worth. And then pour this into your homebrew. Put the lid on and give it a good mix. Right, so it should look like this now. Give it a, put the charcoal in, give it a shake, but watch out because it could start to froth up. Quickly take the lid off just to get rid of any froth. And I'll tell you what I actually normally do now. I just put the lid on so it's sort of loose, so some air can come out if it's doing it. And then what you want to do now is set this to the side, put it back where you had it, or just on the side if you want. I normally have it on the side where I can see it now, because this is going to be finished in 2 days. You want to leave this for 24 hours, but 3 times during those 24 hours you want to either stir it or give it like a light shake. So 3 times during that, and then we'll come back to the clearing process, which gets rid of this in 24 hours. Yeah, next bit will be 24 hours later,